Right, okay. This is my first ever stream. I want to show people how to build products the way I do. It can be scrappy, but I think what matters at the end is the quality of outcome. But anyway, I've wanted to build a live music app or an AI music app for a while now. So I thought, why not do it on a stream and show people how things are built. I'll also be showing you how to write prompts, how to get what you want out of prompts, and how to build applications around AI. But we're going to do it all around music. Specifically, we're going to be doing Apple Music. That's just because it's what I use. And I also have some stuff already set up for it as well, so I don't have to start from complete scratch. Also, Spotify's web player kind of sucks, but maybe we'll add Spotify in the future. So yeah, so let's just to show you a little bit about what we're building. I think basically the current explosion on the music products, I think, is bad, and I think AI has a much better chance of doing it. It should be able to create better playlists, better better vibes, be able to type and kind of create the same way you can in ChatGPT or something like that, but all embedded. So the basics of what we're going to build to start with are going to be, we're going to have something like a chat window. We have a chat window. The user's going to be able to type, build me a playlist with a similar smoke. So they're going to type the playlist. Then the chat is then going to we're then going to hit. What we're going to do then is we're going to set this off over here. Maybe let's just say this is the back end. And then when the user types this, we're going to make a request to what we're going to do actually is we're going to stick this in here. We're going to make a request to 4.0 with a, actually, you know what, we're going to, when they hit that, we're going to make a request to 4.0 with a custom prompt, the custom prompt. 4.0 will then give us back a list of songs based on the user's request. For each song that comes back, we are going to search it in Apple Music. We're going to search Apple Music. We're going to match the song to Apple Music. We're going to remove hallucinations because it will hallucinate. Then we're going to stream that back to the front end so the user can see their music. Then start playing on the front end. And I think there's a lot we can do with this setup because yes, there's build a playlist, but I think we can also do, okay, what we'll do is a list of features. So features are going to be, there's going to be create a playlist from chat, So that's basically what we've just done below. Then we're going to do let's do extend a playlist. Then we'll do create random playlists. Actually, let's do a multi-playlist create, which will be where the user can generate all sorts of random playlists or ask it for kind of weird stuff. So we've got create a playlist from chat, which we've got below. We've got extend a playlist, and we've got a multi-playlist create. So if we take this one, which is create a chat, create a playlist from can't type today, from a chat. This is basically this. Then I think if we let's do extend a playlist. So we're going to have probably, we're going to do the user, we're going to do drag and drop. We're going to list all of the users' playlists. Then user selects a playlist. User selects playlist. We use a prompt with 4o, and then we to capture the vibe. Actually, we use a prompt. I'll tell you what we'll do. We use a prompt with we'll do a multi-step prompt. So what we'll do is we'll feed the playlist into 4o mini. Then what we'll do is 4o mini will summarize the vibe, mood, feeling, type, key songs of the playlist. Then we'll feed the output of that, feed output from 4o mini, feed output from 4o mini into 4o. Right, so it's just going to copy this down here so people joining can see it. Right, so extend the playlist. We're going to feed the output from 4o mini into 4o, which will then extend the playlist. Right. I think that worked pretty well. I've tried it a bit with ChatGPT, but now it's time to kind of bring it all together and match it back. So we have our music app, 3 features, which is create a playlist from chat, extend a playlist, multi-playlist create. We're going to do create a playlist from chat, where we will request to 4o with a custom prompt. I think maybe we'll build something agnostic, something that can do a prompt. We'll come up with we'll do a JSON screen, we'll use structured outputs, and then we'll figure out how to match a 4o music playlist back to an Apple Music song search, which I think will be difficult to say the least, but I think it will work. I've played with it a bit, and I think we can build it. The other thing as well is what we're going to go for here is we're going to go for what style? Let's do a theme, shall we? So theme. Theme, we're gonna go for fucking cyber. Cyber, I don't know what that means. I think I have a color palette roughly in mind. I think I have a color palette in mind. And I think it's going to be good. We're going to use frame of motion. We're going to do some animations. We're going to make it look pretty, make it feel real. And yeah, I hope this is a demonstration of what it looks like to bring AI, like modern front-end development together, and also some design. I think being a well-rounded product engineer is a great thing, and I want to teach it. I don't meet as many as I would like in my career, so hopefully I can help create some more and give you guys some value. Right, so what we're going to do first, let me just first change the music. Right, I think this will do. It really sucks that you can't play music still on live audio. So, just going to take you through the project that I've got so far. I have done some pre-work. Let me just go over to cursor. Let's just hide the chat for now. So, I have a very basic Next.js app set up. I don't want to start from scratch, just because there's so many videos about how to set up a Next.js app, how to set up Tailwind, etc., etc. But we're doing Next.js, Tailwind, we're using Shadcn components. We're going to be using frame of motion for animations. And then, as I said, we'll be using Apple Music. Specifically, we'll be using Apple Music JS, which is actually much easier than you think it would be. Bit of a pain in the ass to set up, but once you've got it set up, it's actually quite easy to use. We will be using server-side components where possible, but because a lot of the music's on the client side, we will be kind of doing a lot of client-side components, and to communicate with the backend, we will be using TRPC. I've already set up a very basic router. I've got some sample routes. I also have this, which is my Apple Music context auth provider. Basically what this does is it loads onto the front end. It loads the JavaScript onto the front end for Apple Music, checks the JavaScript's loaded, does all the Apple Music stuff. It looks a bit weird. There's obviously a lot of stuff going on in here, but I don't really want to go into it too much. If you need this or want this file, which will basically handle auth for you, it will install the Apple Music script on the screen, it will authorize the user. Just let me know and I will send it to you. So once the user's authorized, it will just hit the catalog just to make sure that we definitely have access. It will strip the user token because there's no way to get the user token off an Apple Music. There's no like function that will give you the user token, so you just have to make a request to store it. Once we have the user token, we'll save it. For now, it's just being saved locally, but we will set up a backend to store the user tokens in case we want to do anything on that side, and then we'll set authorize to true. I've then got a simple hook here, which just basically wraps the context provider to make it easier to use in the app, and then across the app we just expose the music kit, the instance, authorize, user token, and is the authorized. And as you can see here, once we have the instance has quite an easy to use, nice API, completely not TypeScript compatible, so we're just going to guess our way through it. We use the docs. Cursor's also knowledge on this is pretty bad in Sonnet and ChatGPT, but I know it well enough that hopefully we'll be able to get through it. So that is the basic of the project. On the first page, all I've really got is a button that just says whether the user's authorized or not, and we'll log them into Apple Music. I am already in. This is basically what the app looks like. I've just chosen the basic standard Tailwind theme, and we just have our authorize button up here. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to do we go back into a Scala drawer. So let's go back into a Scala drawer. So this is our desktop window. I think what we'll do is we'll make a little chat icon down here, and then we'll have a, can I change the radius on this? I cannot change the radius on this. Well, for now we'll just do this. Get a little chat icon, little chat bubble, little chat window over here. Straight line. Right, not straight line. Okay. With a chat window, the user will kind of type into here, user input. We'll have the chat, and then on the right, we will then, I think this will use as like the generation zone. This is the this is the generation zone. Generation. So can't type. So this is the generation zone. And I guess what is the generation zone? The generation zone is going to be where we'll have the chat in here. The user will go back and forth into here. And this is where they'll see the content, accept the content. Maybe we'll give them some, you know, I quite like how Cursor does like accept and reject. So maybe we'll kind of bring a more user-friendly version of that, but specifically for music, where they can accept the results, they can give feedback to the results, and see how it goes. So, as I said, we're going to start with create a playlist from the chat. So we'll really just have one agent which will generate playlists for now. It should be pretty straightforward. I think in the future what we'll do is we'll create a multi-agent router, which is an agent that decides which other agent to go to, which will then bring in our 3 key features. But right now I think it's going to be non-trivial to make this work. So let's just figure out how the hell all this is going to work first. And whether I should be doing this on the back end or the front end, I don't know. I have a feeling doing it on the back end is going to be easiest. Right. The only thing I have in my project as well is I have what do I have in here? I have this bit here. Right, so I have set up my create playlist function, and I've got a Apple Music API that I can use it here. Which will allow me to do things like, so I can do m API dot create playlist 1 2 3, right? And I'll start my user token, blah blah. But you kind of get the point, right? And create my playlist. Okay, so let's just start with the front end. We'll do the back end later. So I have a color palette which I'm calling electric, cyber, whatever you want to call it. It's got a nice electric blue, neon green, etc. I'm using HSL, so the colors look really, really great. And we'll start by making our chat window, because that's where we need to start. So right now I've got my button, but I think what we'll do instead is we'll comment this out for a second. Let's comment this out, and then what we'll do is we'll just return a div of hello for right now. Around my div, let's add, come on cursor, let's add just a standard padding, And then what am I doing? So I'm going to my, whoops, I was not on any of my project. Right, okay, well, let's just start that again. So basically for now, I'm just going to start with the basic thing that we decided over here, which was this. So still getting used to OBS, and I'm sure I'll perfect the streaming setup as we go, but all that matters is the content. So so window on the left, this is stuck to the left. So let's first make a division. We're going to treat, for right now, we're just going to do everything in the home page, and we'll figure out how to make this into a proper app in the future. Let's just do another div in here and then save this. So then what we'll do here is we'll just do, for now, we'll do a flex row. Right, and then we'll make this class, we'll make this H full. Let's just do a BG green. So we can get our layout right. We'll do a fixed width of 500 pixels, and then we'll do this, and what we'll do is, rather than do BG, let's do neon, BG neon magenta. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it doesn't really matter right now. And then we'll do a W of a full flex row, and then we'll do a shrink 0 over here. And hopefully, if we switch back to Safari, maybe I should just use desktop. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the desktop scene for now, so that we can, so everything's not as psycho as before. Just switch back over here, first page, I don't have my devs that are running, of course. Yarn dev, let's make this over here. Yes, I'm using Yarn, because that's what I'm used to. Wait a year for this to compile, and of course, nothing is working. So let's have this, let's do H full. I'm sure there's probably, the body's not full, or something like that. Let's have a look what's going on here. Where are you? Why aren't you full? Let's just remove the padding off this, and then we'll just do H screen. Because some of my layout is stopping this. Body. Right, there we go. So now I have my sexy looking window. I'll tell you what, this is probably too small for the chat, so let's go over here. Is this right? It's about the right width. I think that's the right width. Maybe it's a bit too wide. I don't know, it doesn't matter. So let's do this, and let's just, for now, we'll just stick a border. And then get rid of the green. Don't like the border. Let's do border electric blue. Let's try that. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay, electric blue. I'm just going to make this actually a bit thinner. Right, and then what we're going to do is create a new folder called components. I know there's two component folders, but that's where my Shadcn components are, so it is what it is. Actually, you know what, I'm just going to go delete this, and let's just make a folder called, actually we'll just do it in the root. Don't love this, doesn't matter. So let's just create a new folder called chat, and then in here we will do, we'll call this Actually, you know what? Let's just do new file, chat.tsx. Right, so this is my chat, export, default function, chat. All right, let's do this. So what I'm just going to quickly do is, let's just switch back to this. Right, so I'm just going to leave it on the coding window for a second. I have another design that I used earlier. Let me see if I can, new window, there we go. God, what's going on? Right, let me just see if I can find the chat that I did earlier, because I don't want to have to build it from scratch. So this one, okay, what is this? Awesome. Let me just find it 1 second. Source tree. Let me just get the chat window quickly. It'll be here. Source, components, Cara, UI, title bar. You know what, let's just open this. What is it called? Sorry, 1 second. We're in London, by the way. It's London Bridge over there. Just give me 1 second while I find this other app that I have from earlier. Open folder, development, music app for Mac open. Okay. I have a Mac version of this going on the other side, but I don't want to use it right now. It's not in here. Where the hell is it? Holy shit, I've lost this. Cannot for the life of me find where I put this chat. Is it in auth testing? What? The hell is this? Was it? Let's move it. Next. Let's go back to here. Let's try this. There you go. Non-stop. Okay, it is there. What the hell is that? Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find this chat window. It's in here somewhere. course, it's just called button. Obviously, that is, it's not a button. Right, I've got it. So, okay, so first what we're going to do is what we need to do is we need yarn add framer motion, which is the best animation library. Then we'll do yarn type again. Right, so my chat window is I'm just going to cheat a little bit and do one that I made earlier. Gonna work. I'm gonna call this menu button. I'm just going to rename this to chat. I was using it as a menu in another project, and then hopefully I can just delete this, and then I'll just set position. I think this is fine. Oops. That's what default chat position. Actually, I want the position. Actually, let's just. Okay, so you'll see where I'm going with this in a second. So now if I add the chat, stick it up here, then hopefully if we refresh this now. Wait for it to compile. You can see I've got my little cyberpunky chat down here. And let's just add a relative to this, which should then stick it over here. And right now, as you can see, it is stuck to the right. So maybe let's do disposition, respect padding. No, it doesn't. Okay. Right. Well, what we'll do is we'll go into the chat and we will give it a right position of like 4. Let's do, actually, you know what? We're going to stick it on the left instead. And then we're going to do a left of 4 and a bottom of 4. Right. Is this it? Does this go too wide? No. Okay, so you can see we've got a nice chat now with a spring. Is this Safari actual size? Okay, here we go. Alright, okay. I think this is nice. Is it too big still? Does it expand? Do I like the spring? Right, okay, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to, for now, we're going to leave this rather than, it's not a menu anymore really, so let's just do is open is true. So it's always going to be open. I think if we refresh the page, so we get this nice little spring animation. Actually, I'm going to set it to false. Yep. Okay. So actually, what I want is. Okay, well, we're just going to leave it like this for now, and then in here, right now, when I click this, it will close again. So, let's go into my button. How does this work?
So rather than having the on click on the entire thing, what we're going to have is we're going to have the on click on the purple heart. There we go. So now I should only, if I click this, where the hell does that jump? Let's remove this. I don't think I need this anymore. Right, let's just have a look. See, so that's why. So the problem is the text is still showing. Let's just move the text. Let's cheat a little bit for now. We'll move the text. MR1, is that enough to hide it? Fresh, no. MR3, ML. Let's do 2. Is that enough to hide it? Does it feel too far away? No, maybe I can get away with 1. Okay, I can get away with 1. Great, okay. And this is going to be open, so I'm just going to set this to true. And hopefully we'll still get the nice effect when it comes in. Right. You know what, as well, I'm just going to stick a... Can I stick a delay? Is that where delay goes? Kind of like a... Let's just see if the delay's working. Yeah, the delay's working. Okay, so let's do, I don't know, 0.5. We do half a second. So I refresh the window. Half a second later, I get my little chat. Great. So as you'll notice right now, this is an input. So we need to make this an input. So before I do that, I'm just going to quickly save where I am. Let's just minimize OBS so you can't see this garbage. My app, right, we're going to stream 1, and then we're going to do ads, framer, and basic chat UI. Okay, cool. Right, so let's go back over here. So I think this is looking pretty good. So now we need to make this an input. So instead of this is a motion P. Okay, so we're going to use a should I use a Shadcn? Let's just, you know what, let's just do, is there such thing as a motion input? Can I do a motion dot input? Is the thing? Can I just, can I do this? Because Yikes, that does not look good. Why is it that colour? BG transparent. Okay, text electric blue. Really does not like that, does it? So maybe it's just because I'm using a crappy input, so I have to use the motion input though, don't I? Is this it? Yeah, okay. How do you set? Is it placeholder? Right, I think that's actually pretty good. Let's do a PL. Who knows what the hell this is doing under the scenes? It's really fucking Safari. 0. PL38, why is it 38? Right, because it's got a... What the hell have I done here? Well, let's just do... Well, it needs a margin instead, basically. So let's just get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay, get rid of this makes 12. I think that looks fine. Focus, this is always a pain to reset. Focus, visible, outline none. Is that going to work? Yeah, so now I've got my nice looking input. Is the text too small? That is the question. Is this actually the size of the window? Yes. So the text is a bit small. I am a pretty little chat window. I think this is good though. It's very cyberpunky. Let's refresh this. There we go. Tell me what you want. Okay, so now I've got my chat window. So obviously it's not connected to anything at the moment. So let's just go back over here. Let's just go add input. Oh my god, cannot type today. Input to chat window. Okay, so now I've got my chat window. Is this readable? Do I need to make this bigger? I don't know. It's going to be an issue when I try and do multi-line. Maybe there should be a text area. Okay, well, we'll just forget about that for now. Let's just pretend that this is going to be fine. I think let's make this a little bigger. Great. Does this overlap? Nope. Hits off the tide, just like, that's good. So now let's do on value change. Right, and then let's go, thank you cursor, let's have that. So when my text changes, this will change. You know, I don't actually have a button to submit the chat, which is silly. So I think what we're going to do now is, seeing as we can't line wrap anyway, we'll just do it. So I actually can't remember how to do. So when the enter key is hit, I want to call and on submit. Actually, you know what? Let's add an on submit into here just so it gets less confused. Actually, you know what? Let's not do a value change. Let's get rid of this. Let's do on submit text string, and then in here we'll do a when I hit the enter key, when the enter key is here, I want to call an on submit. I want to call the on submit function with the text. Okay, well, I don't want to clear the text, but let's not clear the text. Let's call on submit and come back. Right, so this is going to be complaining now. So on submit, cool. And then for now, let's do a. Does this need to be a use callback? Let's just do a, handle submit equals use callback. Let's do this. So right. Well, we're going to use TRPC anyway, so it's just going to be a mutate function. So, okay, so now I've got my button, I've got my chat window, I can type, give me a pop smoke playlist, but don't include pop smoke. Fucking hell, why is that thin? Let's go back into this, make this. Can I just do W full? Is that gonna work? Yeah, great, looks nice. But don't include smart mode. Make it artists that are like pop smoke. Bang. Okay, so that's my chat. You know what, we're gonna rename this. We're gonna call this chat input. And then we're gonna rename this to chat input. And then let's make a new folder actually called chat. This is going to be chat input, and then we're going to call it chat let's just call it chat messages. You know what, actually, what we'll do is we're going to make this chat window. Fuck the messages off. No. So what we're going to do is we're going to move. No, give me this. Actually, I don't want this. I want all of this. Chat window. No, just give me that. No, it's not going to give me any complete now. Fine. Right. What is going on there? What? Actually, it's because it's not called chat input, is it? It's called chat input. Come on, give me a suggestion. No, not going to give me a suggestion. No, I don't want any of this. Right, gosh, what a palaver. Okay, so chat window, let's get the chat window, chat submit, and then let's delete this crap. Hopefully, it doesn't need on submit anymore. Bye. Right, hopefully now it's still the same thing, great. So, okay, this is fine. So now what do I want to do? Now we're going to do the messages. So for now, this is really going to be a poor man's component, and then we'll make it better as time goes on. So let's do, what's messages going to be? Messages is going to be, let's do messages equals set messages equals eState. It's an array of strings, right? Right, okay, so then we do handle submit. We want to go set messages to messages, and I actually want to do this. It's going to be annoying? No, it's going to be annoying. Okay, so then when I click chat, it's going to add to the messages, and above here, what I want to do then is I want to have a div where let's just put a border. Let's do a border on this. For now, let's do the border. Just gonna display. So this is now at the bottom. So let's make this W full. Sorry, height full. And then we're going to do, actually let's do height. I think it's like calc. Can I do a calc? 100% minus 55. Not 55, let's do 80. 90. Okay. So this border, is there gonna be enough padding? Let's just do, we're not gonna be able to see the padding anyway, so let's just do this. Let's get rid of this border because it's just so we can see it. So now hopefully when I go hello, messages are at the bottom. Okay, so I want, let's just ask cursor, I want the messages to appear from the bottom like ChatGPT. Can I do that? I'll help you modify the chat window and compare me messages appear from the bottom and start. That does, it's gonna work. Oh, it did, okay. Okay, great. Do some positive reinforcement. The messages should also be on the right. Gosh, that's ugly, but yeah, it's kind of fine, I guess. So I tell you what, let's make a little message component down here. Okay, let's do a PR of 2. P6, yeah, okay. So now, how do I make this message look better? I want it to look like a bubble, so let's just do, I want a playlist that will give me the energy of Mike Tyson. Right, so this is obviously wrong, so let's make this messages dot reverse. That's not great for rendering, but hey ho. So, okay. Oh my gosh. Test 2. Why is that not reverse? I don't want the position to change. I want the messages to show in the reverse order. so the latest message is at the bottom. That's what I thought. What the fuck? Right, well, I don't know why that works, but I guess it somewhat makes sense. So now I've got my messages, test 1, test 2. Let's just make it so. Okay, let's refresh this. Right, okay, well, I've got my chat input now. I've got my message windows. Create me a playlist. You know what, let's just do playlist that is a similar vibe to a Kanye, to a Pop Smoke album, but don't actually include Pop Smoke. Right. So this should have my default message. You can also see that the message text line is right. Text. Is it right? Is that text right? And then let's give it a max W of 80%. Ooh. That's fucking weird. 60%. Justify. What does this do? Let's get rid of this actually. Let's wrap this in with the div. Right, that's ugly as hell, so let's get rid of that. I don't know why it loves to do this. Rounded. Let's do a border of mid. Do I have like colors? What are my color palettes again? Let's go back into here. Color palettes. Neon green, lemon yellow. I feel like neon magenta is probably the way. It's because it's where am I trying to chat? What did I say? Magenta. Magenta? Neon magenta. What's that like? Okay, let's make this more rounded. Does it need more? Maybe let's do slight opacity on this. That doesn't look terrible. Let's make this px. Yeah, so px should be 6, py should be 4. Right, that doesn't look awful. Maybe if I just do a slight background color on it as well. Let's do BG. Let's do slate this divided by 50. See how that looks. Nope, too bright. So let's do 10, 20, and let's actually make this. There we go. Okay, I think that looks average. Should I make the text electric blue? What's electric purple? Ooh. That's not bad. Maybe this should be electric purple actually. Purple. Then the text should be electric blue. So electric purple. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll get there one day. Okay, so then now this can be a brick bit brighter because we've got some decent text. And what we'll do is actually I'm going to make the PL 3 because it looks weird at the moment. Okay, so and then let's make PR 4. Is that right? 5. Right, well, it's not my favourite thing in the world, but it is what it is. So, when I type this as well, I'd quite like the bubble to animate in. So, for now, let's just save where we're at. Okay, it just adds basic ass chat window. Right. Okay, so now let's take a drink. Let's get Claude to do this because I can't remember how to do it on my head. So, when a new... Can you have my context, please? Where's my context? When a new window is added, let's just make sure that on desktop. Yeah, okay. When a new window is added, then a new message is added. I want it to pop in with a spring animation using frame of motion. The spring should feel smooth and high end. Actually, surprisingly, it looks alright. So let's just see. Okay, I actually think that looks alright. So let's just copy this. Just cut this out. I just don't want to lose my sample prompt. Right. So we'll get onto the AI stuff soon. But let's just get this UI finished first. So now let's see what this looks like. So I'm going to the page, I'm clicking this. Does that bring me over? Okay, so give me a playlist that is 90s mixed with urban grime from let's go, there's 90s classic hip hop and UK jungle. Okay, well that came out well. Hello? What the flip is going on there? Testing. Testing. 1. Testing. 2. Okay, it's because my chats don't have IDs. I'm using the text as keys at the moment, so if you type the same message twice, it's going to be weird. But I think this actually came out really well. So I want a new playlist for my birthday. Let's just see what it looks like with a song message. Okay, again. So I think what's not great about this is that the other messages don't animate up, so let's see if we can get that to happen. Okay, great. The new message animates in nicely. However, when a new message is added, the other messages that are already displayed do not animate nicely upwards with the new message. Does this look alright? What's it going to do? So look, it's going to use animate presence. I think that'll be fine. Right, okay, let's see what this looks like now. Again, this is almost there and directionally correct, but it's just still my place. Oh gosh, that's not what I want. Definitely don't want that either. Is it Scott? What's this like? Why is this thing horrible? No, this is bad. Let's just try one try. Okay, this will be fine. Okay, so this is directionally this is almost there and directionally correct, but when a new message comes in, all the other messages jump to the top of the screen, then come back down. Please fix. Move the call reverse. And then replaced it with a flex call. I feel like this is going to break. Alright, maybe not. Again. Oh, yes. Let's go. This looks great. Hello. Give me a new playlist. Make it super cool. Another message goes in now. Alright, this is looking great. Okay, well, let's just save here then and see where we're going. Tell you what, let me just switch back over here. Okay, the volume's fine. Okay, make sure the music wasn't too loud. Okay, so adds nice chat animations. Right. Just going to bring the chat up so I can actually see what's going on. Dom. It needs to be over the other. Try another way. Get a verification code. 1 second. So we're just going to leave it. Hopefully the camera isn't broken. It's not. Okay, great. Alright, we're just going to close the chat. I'm just going to go check the chat so far instead.
Just going to go and check, make sure everything's fine. Okay, great. I think everything looks fine. So let's just continue with the stream. I'm going to switch back to desktop mode so you can actually see what's going on. Right. Okay, so where are we at? We've got our nice looking chat window. Padding on the left a little bit too short. The padding on the left is a little bit too short, so we're just going to make this a bit more. So right, we don't need. Yep. Okay, I think that looks great. So now we've got the hard bit, which is I need to actually make this do something now. So this is going to be, you know, as we said earlier, this is going to be the generation zone. The generation zone is where we're going to display all the fancy stuff. So it's chatting over here, UI, loading the music goes over here. And the thing we're going to start with is we're going to create a playlist from a chat. I'm going to create a playlist from a chat. I can hear some sort of background noise coming in. Just give me 1 second to figure out where that's coming from. I think it's...
Sorry, there's a weird noise coming from my flat in a second.
Right, well, it's the
Fans. Oh, MacBook, which I didn't know.
Right.
Well,
hopefully you can't hear that. Maybe you can. No, you can't. Okay.
Right, okay. That's fine, it's just the fans on my laptop. Right, okay. Let's go back into this then. So, got my chat window. Let's open this up over here. Let's close this. So now we've got the hard bit, which is actually linking this all up. So how we're going to do this? So when a new message gets added, we should probably call something. One second, I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. Back a bit for you. So, right. How is this going to work? So we've got chat here, right? So now the chat needs to go and call generate. We're going to create a new playlist. Maybe we need to wrap everything in like a context provider. Context provider, which would have the actions in the playlist. Because what I tell you what we're going to do. Let's go back to the scatter draw. So I've got my generation window. The generation window is generation zone. So what we're going to do though is the generation window is going to generate. It's going to generate playlists. And every time I generate a playlist, this current one is going to shift to the right. It's going to shift to the right, and the new one is going to come in here, like this. So what we're gaining is we have like a chat history on the left, and then we have like a playlist history on the right. So I can kind of iterate on the music over time. So if my prompt gives me something crazy, I can give it feedback, it will generate a new one, I can roll back and forth and back and forth. I think that'll be quite a nice experience. So it's the ability of kind of creating the playlist with AI. So this is still the generation zone. This is playlist. Or playlisters. So the playlist over here. Generation zone. This is still the generation zone. Let's call this the chat zone. Chat zone. Right. Okay. So I've got my chat zone, my generation zone. Playlists are going to go. Messages are going to appear and they're going to pop out. So this needs to basically smack something up here. Go and generate the playlist. Go and generate the playlist. And then do some fancy stuff over here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into ChatGPT. We're going to start a new message, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and perfect our prompt. And the easiest way to do this is start in ChatGPT, see what the output's like with 4.0, then shift into 0.1, ask it for a better prompt that will give us better outputs, then shift back into 4.0 and test it. So we're going to start small. I think start very simple so we get a good base to work with. So we're going to write our first prompt. This prompt will iterate on over time, but it's the prompt that will basically generate the playlists based on the user output of our system prompt. So I know what to start with is you are an advanced AI music bot that works with a user to generate a playlist based on their chat input. Based on, let's do to their requests. When a user makes a request, make sure to pull out things like emotion, vibe, energy, if they have used from their request, if applicable. Always, I think, lean towards using modern music with release dates. Use modern music. Always lean towards using newer music, unless the user requests a specific era or something like retro. Okay. So what we're going to do now is this is our prompt. When you're, which is just for testing, so say when you're ready, say go. Go, ready, go. Okay, I want a playlist that makes me feel alive. Do not include pop. Make sure it's hip hop. Okay, that's actually not terrible. We will improve this over time. So I think what we'll do is we're going to get this, and then we're going to say max 10 songs. Now this is the clever bit. So to get better results, what you want to do is you want to go 01 and say I'm improve this prompt to get better results from GPT. I don't even know if it knows about GPT, but from GPT 4.0. Right. Now we wait. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, that's pretty crap. Make it the best prompt ever that will ensure great results based on the initial prompt I gave you. Please give it to me in a markdown block so I can easily copy it. Right, now we wait. You're an advanced AI music bot designed to collaborate with users to create personalized playlists. Your goal is to create a playlist of up to 10 songs that perfectly align with the user's requests and preferences when interacting with the user. Actively extract key elements from their requests, such as emotions, feelings, identify emotional tone they're seeking, e.g. happy, melodic, energetic, vibe, mood. Understand the atmosphere they want, e.g. chill, upbeat, romantic, energy level. Determine if they are looking for a high energy track or something more relaxed. Genres, styles, know any specific genres or subgenres mentioned, e.g. hip-hop, indie, rock, electronic. Specific preferences, pay attention to any artist, eras or themes they mention. Prioritize new and recent music, focusing on songs released in the last few years, unless the user specifies a different era or music, or request something retro. Ensure diversity and cohesion into your selection. Mix well-known artists with emerging talents that fit the request. As you can see, like, this prompt compared to the prompt that I wrote is so much better, and for me to have written something like this would have been not insane, but it would have taken a long time and a lot of effort. So this is really the way to generate great prompts. You use a higher tier model to generate a prompt for a lower tier model, and this really does work across the board. 01, I've tested a lot. 01 is the best for generating prompts. Sonnet is a close, it's not a close second, it's just second. This is 01 is the best for generating prompts. I've tried this across so much different stuff. So right, so now we've got our prompt. We're going to go back into 4.0 and we're going to say, we're going to just paste the prompt in there. That is not a markdown block. Okay, well, actually, let's just switch into, maybe I could just ask this, give it to me as prompt. Good. Now, is it going to give me a markdown block? Great. Didn't change it, did it? Okay, let's wait for our markdown block to come out. It's the same thing. Well, I don't really care about the format, to be honest, but Okay, let's just paste this in. Create me a playlist that makes me feel alive. I want it to be hip hop. Okay, I mean, I think that's pretty good. Give me more. Okay, I don't know how modern a lot of these songs are. Let me just give me the release dates of all of these songs. Do not use search. We can't use search locally, so it's pretty useless. We can't use search in the app because it's not available as an API yet, so we have to use it offline. Okay, so they're all BC, otherwise known as before COVID. So let's do, can you do the same style of playlist but with songs from 2024/2023? Do not use search. Can you do any 2024 songs? Do not use search. Okay, so it makes this a likely entry for 2024. What is that? I don't know what any of that means, but okay, so we can't do new music, but we'll figure out. I think I can probably try and do it with RAG. Maybe I could just build my own search. Okay, well, we'll leave that for now. Let's just say this is going to work. I'll figure out how the new music fits into this. Hopefully the OpenAI release their search API at some point. If not, I'll just use Serper. Okay, so I think this prompt is decent. It's not the best prompt in the world. It requires a lot of iteration to get these things right. So now I want to go into here, and I think earlier I created something. I'll tell you what, let's maybe not do it like this for now. Let's just do something a bit simple and then we'll bring it in. So I have this M API file, which I'm just going to use to create like a typed version of the Apple Music API. But I think this is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to do at the moment. And I just really want to see if the prompt works and if we can get the output displaying to the front end. And also get the matching working. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to create a new folder which is just called demo root right? And then we're going to create a new file, which is going to be called chat playlist. Okay, and then do I have a procedure in here somewhere that I can reference? Where's my router protected? Do I have? Okay, so I have a procedure. So let's just go const chat playlist, which is a public procedure mutation. Right, so the auth procedure actually says you const chat playlist. Goddamn, can't type. And let's make this equal to the protected procedure. So the protected procedure is the procedure that I set up earlier. It's basically just requires the user to be authorized and have an Apple Music token, so that I can use it with the Apple Music API. So we're going to start here. Although I'm not sure I'm going to use it, but we'll use it in the future. So this. Don't care about this. Don't care about the token either, to be honest. Let's just import all the things and then export chat playlist. Let's just make this like this. And then let's import this into my router. Chat playlist. Come on, give me the auto suggest. Okay. Right. Okay, so chat playlist. And this is going to be a mutation. Right, so now, let me just go and get my open API stuff. So let's just go, what is it? Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to steal this and going to take this, right, and then I think what I'm going to do is my model. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 4mini, just because it's so cheap and I haven't got my client in here. Let's just smack all this crap in here. Right. Okay. Don't need this. This is my music. Okay, so got my OpenAI client. Gonna go here, and this is not the way I recommend managing prompts, but I think let's just make this. I just want to see if this works, and then we'll figure out what the right kind of application structure is for that after. So let's call it playlist prompt, and then we'll go into over here. Let's copy this. Oh my gosh, that is. My God, what's going on? Right, let's just go back over here. Tab. This should be place prompt. And then what I want to do is add an input. The input is going to be the user request, which is a string, right? We're using Zod. Right, and then let's just add another message, which is this should be system, and then not going to do that. I want to use structured outputs. So structured outputs allows you to get a Zod object back from ChatGPT. It also is more likely. Structured outputs, open AI. Don't need to spell when you have Google. So structured outputs, they allow you to, this is going to be a nice TypeScript version. There's not, but basically what you need to know is it's going to give me a JSON structure. So I can't remember Let's just do type. Right, so this is what structured outputs does basically. So this is if you were to do your old special prompting method and then try and validate it yourself and extract the JSON. And you can see up here, if you do structured outputs with strict on, you're 100% going to get your the JSON that you want. And I'm just actually saying this only works with 4.0, which kind of makes it pointless for what we're doing. Why did it only make it with 4.0? Super annoying. Oh god, this is a horrible API. Node, is this worse? Tools, sod function. God, this is horrible. You know what? I'm just gonna do my own. You know what? I've just been doing this for a while, so I know what my own looks like. So let's just make a new tools, and let's just do chat, and then let's do new, and let's just call it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna make a file. Just call it chat. New folder. Actually, new. Oh my gosh. New file chat.ts. And then we're going to call this export function. We're going to call this chat. We're going to call this JSON. Why is this so bad? Like, why can't it? Okay, this is better. This is better. Okay, so let's just use this. Back. Okay, so actually, I'm not going to do this. This is my old way of doing it. That works across multi models, but I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to. So let's got my import statement up here, and then let's do. Gosh, so what is this music? Let me just go back here. Let's go into some random playlist. What does this sound like? Alright, that'll do. Let's turn it up. Let's make sure this doesn't go into some music that I'm going to get flagged for. Right, so. Okay, and then mass response is a Zod object. Okay, so let's make a new Zod called song equals Zod object, title and artist. Is the song, the thing is what I'm questioning is I'm going to have to match this back to Apple Music, so is the title and the artist going to be enough? Yeah, it'll be enough. Well, if it's not, we'll figure it out later. So, song and then a playlist is an array of songs. Actually, no, it's not. A playlist is an object that has songs and it has a title. And then in here we'll call this playlist. Let me just turn this music down one second. God, can we just have some like normal ass music? What's this? Okay, I'm just going to put this playlist on repeat. I don't know why it's so hard to get music for YouTube, but still, and maybe that's something we'll do next. In fact, I've been wanting to build a live music streaming app for a while, so we'll probably do that some other time. So anyway, continuing on with this, so we've got a song, we've got a playlist. This output's a playlist. It's not going to work with 4 mini, which is super annoying. I really want this to work with 4 mini. Okay, so I'm actually going to do something a bit different, which is going to be Zod to JSON schema. And then we're going to import this in here. GitHub. And then we're going to go add Zod to JSON schema. And then import. And you know what, we're going to screw this off, we're going to get rid of this, and we're just going to do it ourselves. And yeah. So we're going to stick. Put the slash ends in there. So let's just do playlist prompt. Doesn't really matter if the stuff's super pretty. Honestly, it deals with it fine. So got my Zod's JSON schema. Please respond in a JSON object. Respond with a JSON object that strictly matches the following schema. Do not output any extra text or messages. Please respond in a JSON code block. Right. So this will give you my JSON back. This will give you my messages. Then what I want to do is I want to get my const unpassed response is this, pass response Okay, we're not going to match it to Apple Music right now, so let's just make sure that our Zod output is a playlist. Prompt with schema, I'm not using this should be here. Okay, and then we have the user's request. And then let's just stick a console open here. I really think Forward is going to be an ass about this, but do not output the JSON in a block, just output the raw. Just basically don't want to put in a markdown block because it just is not consistent and it will create issues. So okay, so now I've got my chat playlist. I put that in my router. So let's just save this here. come on. Ads. Ads demo. Music chat. Right. Oh shit, why is this going so slow? Computer's fine. Oh, whatever. As we think music demo chat. Completion. Right. Alright, almost there. So now I go back to my chat window. Now I need to figure out how these two things are linked. Let's just do. Right. Start my app back up, and we'll go back over here and refresh the page. Let's close this. Watch that take a while. So my computer dies. Well, this is going to take a while to compile for some reason. Actually, you know what? Let me just check OBS and see what's going on. Trying to sort out something is taking a load of CPU on my computer. That is a shame. Okay, well, let's just keep going and hope for the best. So, why is this so slow? Second time lucky? Hey, May. What is going on? It's the issue with my power. One second, I'm just going to get my charger. Right. Right, well, hopefully that has resolved the issue. Right, yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. My laptop was not charging quick enough because I was using a shitty charger. Okay, so, right, so we've got our chat message. Let's come back over to here. What do I want to do next? So the chat window needs to communicate with the generation window. So let's add a new folder called generation. do I want to wrap a context around this? Because the context will have a set of playlists. So basically, as you know, let's just go back into Scala Draw just so we can revisit what we're doing. 1 second. Right, so let me just minimize this. Right, we're back in Scala Draw. So remember, we're going to do this. We're going to display, so chat message. It's going to go up to the server. It's going to come down, and it's going to respond and show a playlist in the UI that the LLM has generated. So I probably want the context wrapped around this whole thing with an array of playlists that goes and creates these windows, and then we'll have the TRPC function in the outermost context. So, alright, so let's do that. I don't know why I kind of want to just put this in components. Right, and then this is gonna. It's not like it is. Okay. Let's go into layout, context. Let's do. What do we call this? Let's call this. This is probably going to be more general, but let's just call it playlist. Do I love this? Do I like this? Right, and then we're going to get cursor to set up a base context for us because I can never know how to do it. Please create a context and provider. Please create a base context provider. No, maybe we'll know based on the name of the file. Right, that's it. No. Do not add any functions or just make it an empty template. I want to have to go and delete all that garbage. Okay, that looks fine. So now we've got this interface. Do I need this? Just DS them completely. I think it's actually fine. It's fine. Right, that's fine. Okay, so in here we want to do. Let's call this const generate playlist. And we'll do use callback. Is this stupid? Because I can do an async. Okay, I think this will be fine. So let's do. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a context in here. And then this is going to take a user request, and what I'm going to do is then import my TRPC chat playlist dot use mutation, and then we're going to do const async mutate async, which basically allows me to call it and await the function. Then we're going to do this. Don't want to return the playlist. It's going to complain because I'm missing this. And what I want to do though is I want to create an array of playlists so I can display them in the provider. So we'll do play lists. Thank you. Do we want? I tell you what, let me go and take. This is pretty nasty, but we're gonna just. We'll redo the app in a minute. Let's just get this working and check that the prompt's going to work first and the UI works. So we're going to do export type playlist, and then in the front end over here, we're going to do import from React, import from this, and we're going to make this sure this is import type, so we don't get any craziness coming back. So I've got a playlist, set playlist, generate playlist. Then I want to create my stuff up here. So playlist, generate playlist. This is where cursor's super handy because normally I have to type all this garbage. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, now let's go to the layout and stick this around the app. Import that. Cool. So now I can go back into my chat window in here, and I can. I don't love the name use playlist, but we'll go with it now. For now, it's just going to give me, yep, right. Generate playlist. So whenever a new message is added, I want to call the generate playlist function, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to await it. I just want it to. Do I want to await it? Because maybe I can show like a loading indicator, but I kind of want the loading indicator on the right. Okay, no, I actually don't want to await this, so let's just do this. Generate plays, isn't it? Okay, so this will just fire off and do its thing. We'll add the message. And then we will do the generation window in a second. So let's go back into the, let's close all this. Okay, place windows, window, generate playlist. Right, so now it's going to generate playlist, which will then add to the playlist array. So now I need my generation window. Index. Export. This is a terrible name for a component. Rename gen window. Export and whoops. Okay. Amateur hour. Okay. Jason's stringify. Why the hell would I want to do that? Playlists dot map. There you go. That makes more sense. So this is going to be page full, width full, and then we're going to do columns. Then we're going to do a flex. Col. We don't want a gap, but we do want some padding. Then we're going to add the playlist title. God, the key playlist title makes me nervous. We should definitely have playlist IDs. Let's just go add a playlist ID back here because I just don't want it to interfere with the rendering. So let's go back over here. Not CBA. We'll go back and do that later. Playlist space title, and then playlist, which is a list of songs. This was playing out. Yeah. Just call this playlist column. It's the type's called playlist. There you go. Import type. Right. Now I'm going to do div, and we're going to do a h2. What is that? No one wants a UI. Div. This should not be a flex column. Okay, I think that's fine. So now let's go back to my main page, and we will, instead of this will be generation window. Generation window gets imported from generation window. And let's see what this looks like. Okay, so let's just wrap a board around this because I'm paranoid about these. For once in its freaking life. Right, I'm pretty unsure this is going to work first time, but let's just see. Create me the best pop smoke playlist ever. Right, what's wrong? TLPC, client error, not authenticated. I'm putting the protected reader as well. Wow, I set this thing up completely wrong. Let me just I'll fix this later. Let's just fucking chunky monkey. Right, okay. Aha! Okay. Hey shit, I can't believe that worked. Okay, right, so now we've got a playlist. Obviously it looks like garbage, so let's just go and fix that for a second. So this should be physical. I don't know why I removed that. Right. Okay, let's make a song card. So function song card, song title. Keep tabbing. It will work. And then let's just make this a spaz. This. Okay. Let's make this needs a max width. Let's just make this 300. Let's do 400. Let's call it. Border super annoying. Don't want that. This shouldn't be rounded. This should be a border R border. Let's use border Y. Border Y. You know what, let's not actually give it a border Y, let's just do this. Right, and then let's make this H. And we'll get rid of the border here. Get rid of the border there, don't need it rounded. Actually, don't want any padding, don't want this, and we'll make this a div. Let's call. Now I want a border Y. It's like cat come from. Yeah, so I'm doing these borders. Maybe let's just make this PY. That's what I want, right? No, I want PY, and then I want a border here. And then I want this to have a P of 4. And there's a gap. Don't want a gap. Fine. And we're just going to make this a border. Right. And that's my title. Let's make the title look a bit better. And then let's just make this italic. You know what, I want more songs, so I'm going to go back over here and say, I know that there are 10s in here somewhere. There you go, give me 15. Right, give me 15 songs. Okay. Ever. We'll add loading in a second. Alright, there's my second playlist. This is flexed wrong, so let's go back to the chat window, generation window, and do this. Why doesn't it like this? Right, it's because I know what a song is. Don't care about that for now. Actually, yeah, I do care about that. Let's just go back into here. This is getting quite messy. We'll come and clean it up in a second. Let's do export on cursor. Go back into it and import to make sure it's important. Yep. Okay, so now I've got my song. Now this should be a grid, as we know, so this should actually be flex. Nice. And then actually this should be dot base reverse. So now I've got my this. This should be this will also be H full, and then we'll do overflow Y auto. So yeah, like scroll and do. Great. So now I've got my playlist. I don't love the way these playlists look, but I don't really have a better idea of how to make this look better right now. Maybe we'll make them a different color. Maybe we'll just make this a normal border. Maybe electric blue is a bit much. Ugh, looks like a Google sheet. Neon green? Yikes. Okay, well, how do I make this look better? I don't know, but I'm quite excited about this. I mean, it has actually generated a playlist. Let's do. I want the vibe of a pop smoke. I mean, it's 4 mini, so it's not gonna be that great. But I want the vibe of a pop smoke playlist. But I want you to use songs from the 90s only. Oh, it's ad loading. Okay. Oh, that's sick playlist. Okay. Whoa, I'm getting excited for this now. Okay, so maybe if we use glass, it will look better. Okay, we'll come with that. So it's pretty cool, actually, isn't it? Really wish I could play these songs already. So let's just commit what we've got. So we have a checkpoint. Okay. So now we've got to do the tricky bit, which is we've got to get the song. So where are we at? Let's just go through what we've done so far. So we've done this, we've got this. Need to make this look better. So let's go back to here. So we've done request the 4 we're using 4 mini just for because I'm just want to save money at the moment. Let's just right. For a song based on the user's request, for a song that comes back, we're going to search in Apple Music. We match the song to Apple Music, remove hallucinations. And then so the user can see their music, then start playing on the phone. Okay, so we're basically here, and we've kind of done this and this. We haven't done the streaming. I don't think I can actually do the streaming with the Apple Music Match unless I do like streaming chat completion and then match the song at the same time. So now what we're going to need to do is figure out how to match these songs to Apple Music so that they can then play on the front end. Shall I just do that in one big mega file is the question. Screw it, we'll just stick with the mega file. We'll come and redo the project again at a later point in many years. No, seriously, we'll redo it at some point. I want to make this into a proper app that we can market. So, okay, so I've got my chat list. This is going to be my chat list. Now I need to do... Let's create a new function here and let's call it transform to Apple Music playlist. Okay, and then what I want to do is go here. Stillness. Oh, I'm back. Okay, so generate token. Basically what this is doing is generating an app token that allows me to actually then make the request. The user token for now is going to be a string. We'll get that into the TRPC router at some point. Yeah, I actually can't remember what the Apple Music API is like, so let's go Apple Music JS. Gosh, can't I say JS? Should I use JS? Okay. Right. Ugh. Songs. I have a feeling it's the old docs. Maybe not. Okay, search catalog resources. Gosh, Apple docs are always terrible. This is actually not that bad. I was probably being a bit harsh. Is there no way to search for like? Can I only do song title? Catalog playlists. There must be a way to search for songs. What the hell does that mean? Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a pain in the ass, isn't it? Gosh, why is this such a load of garbage? Get a song. You know what? Let's just see how much Claude knows. Actually, I think 4.0 would probably be better. How do I search a song using the Apple Music API? In Is there a way to search for the song name with the artist? Oh, gosh. Fuzzy search. Well, I guess not the worst thing in the world. Actually, don't need to use a token. Let's leave this for now. So, So search for a song. Give me a song. I'm going to stick this in here, and then apparently it's this. This URL is probably wrong. Limit of 1. Oh, tired. Right, okay. We'll do this for, what time is it now? 11. We'll go for 1 more hour, and I think I can complete this by then. I might need to eat in between. What is the response? Do I have that open over here somewhere? Search response. God, just show me the JSON, man. So it's going to be an object type results, and then results will have songs. That's not actually a JSON object, is it? I'd be willing to bet that it's not that structure at all. Okay, God, I hate these dogs. They look nice, but they do not give you the information that is required. Can't just show me the raw JSON, for God's sake. Okay, so results. I think it's going to be a string. Let's just, I'll tell you what, we'll console log this. I'm pretty sure this is wrong, because the docs are bloody useless. So this will fail. When it fails, we want to take out the song from the playlist. But we will figure that out later. The other thing is we want to. So let's do a promise. I guess get the songs equals away. We had this thing which screens. And let's just stick a try. Turn undefined. Just return. Don't care about null. And then let's just call song results, and then it's not the right way to do that, but we'll just leave it for now. Song IDs, and then let's just call this ID, which is the song title of the artist. That's not right. Actually, this is stupid. I didn't do this. What's going on here? What has it done? What's going on, cursor? Come on. Okay, so let's not do this. Let's do as return type of search songs. Non-nullable. Fix this. I'm sure this is probably wrong, but full songs, that is good. Okay, so now I've got my full songs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stick this onto here. And then this is actually going to return this. I'm probably going to get a rate limited hitting them this much. Let's just do change this to 1. Right, there's absolutely no way this is going to work first time, but okay, let's give me a approximate playlist. Nice. Right, what's wrong with this? Errors. Unknown storefront UK. It's because the UK I got quotes before is actually not US, it's GB. Okay, but that wasn't terrible. Oh my gosh, this is actually a song now. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're there. Okay, so let's just commit where we're at. Okay, let's do this as working Apple Music matching. Okay. So now this is a song with an ID, which means that I can, play it. However, I have not set up any of the things in the context that are needed, and by context I mean this context. But that's fine. We'll leave the console logs in for now, just so I can see what's going on. So I need to go look at the JS docs because we now need to figure out how to actually play a song. How the hell do we play a song? Okay, so we have a media queue. Okay, I remember this now. So media queue, we do set queue, and then set queue. Has a content description. Let's just go back into. Wait, is this? Great, this is awesome. Right, well, let's. Why is it all so weird? Why can't you just have one document? Okay. Q. Okay, so it's just an array of songs, and then this is music, and music is okay, so it looks like what do we use? Gosh, this is useful. What the hell is a web component? Okay, no, don't need to know that. Music instance. Methods. I'm sure there's more. I really remember there being more. Change. Yeah, here we go. Change the media item index, authorize. Change the media item. Change user storefront, clear queue. Here we go. So, right, so then what I'm going to do now is go back over here, and we want to add support for queuing music into this main effect. So what we want is a const, and then we'll call this, let's just call this play songs. No. So what we want is songs. It should just be an array of I don't know if it's a number or a string, so let's just go and see if it's a number or a string. Console log. I think that's a number. Okay, that's a number. Okay, so let's go back over here. Actually, what is in the docs? Let's just have a look. It's a string. Okay. Play songs. Songs should be an array of. What's going on here? Oh my god, cursor, are you okay? I think it's making that up. I don't think you can do a music add. Let's just go check what else is on this. I don't know why it's so ambiguous. Okay, well, we'll just set the key for now. Instance dot set key songs instance dot play, and then I don't want to play the full song because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube. So after 8 seconds, stop. Okay, so now basically what we want to do now is go back to the generation window. Actually, you know what, we'll do it in here. So once a playlist is done, I don't know why this will be and my headphones are out of battery. Well, I'm just going to take a 10-minute break.
While my headphones charge. go. Right, hopefully my headphones have enough battery now. We are back, and it is pretty cash. I'm just going to turn the heating on quickly. It's getting pretty cold in here. Right, where were we? Right, let me just go check
the microphone source on. Okay, good. Right, let's put the music back on. Play. I don't know why it sounds like garbage, but... Right, okay, so where were we at? Give me 1 sec, I'm just going to put a jumper on. Great, okay, better. Right. So I've got my playlist. So I don't want to return a playlist. In here, what I want is my Apple Music thing. The TRPC type is wrong, so let's just go fix that. There we go, click. The output is not a playlist, the output. Yeah, let's extend it, and then we're going to call this full song. And the output of this is going to be... Gosh, this is horrible. Okay, we're going to do... I think this is fine. Yeah, that all seems fine. So, playlist, songs, and then let's do this. Get rid of this. And play songs. Let's just update the types. Right, so right, it probably won't work, but this in theory should work. How am I going to know if it works? Because it will start playing music. Safari can be annoying here sometimes, so
Let's
just see. A pop smoke playlist. No play one for Q. Okay. This bit's gonna be a pain. So let's just do play songs. Let's just check this is coming through correctly. I think it's because the queue isn't loaded. Let's try this. Okay, so I don't think the library is reloading for some reason, so let's just try this again. Okay, let's stop this before I get banned. So it doesn't like having multiple songs in the queue, which is strange. You know what? Let me just go look. I have another my website. Yeah, if you haven't seen my website, by the way, it's this, which is why I know a lot about Apple Music, because my website is a playlist and a little bit about me, so feel free to visit that if you want. But right now, we're going to go, I'm just going to change some coding editor while I go and look behind the scenes to try and remember how all this works. I'm sure there's a function, I just can't remember what it was called. I'm sure and find a... Let's open this in VS Code. Right, set queue. Is set queue? Oh, you can await set queue? Okay, so I think the problem is we're not awaiting it. So let's just let's go back over here. So we can actually await set queue, and then apparently we can wait both these things. Well, fingers crossed this will work. Okay. We're almost there. Okay. So,
quite
excited for this now. Let's do instance dot. I think I can do instance dot. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go change the limit back on here. And to go back to 15. Will it match 15 songs? I do not know.
Right.
Looks like the LLM put out some garbage JSON as expected.
Roll another one.
Okay, so this is actually playing now, and I actually have my playlist. Oh, sick. Okay. Let's see what else we can do, shall we? So, how about we do...
Let's do what we did
earlier, which I think was good. So, like, give me a Pop Smoke playlist, but using songs from the 90s that capture capture a similar vibe. I mean the gritty. Okay. This is pretty good. And I think if we were using, I'm just using Formula right now because it's so quick, but if we were doing this with 4.0, I'm sure the music results would be better. Let's try something off the wall. Create me a weird and wacky playlist of songs that no one would expect. Wow, that was really quick. Wow, it's so sad that you can't play music on stream. Maybe we should fix that. Okay, well, this is really cool. I think I actually got much further than I expected in the time that we had. And I think we've got the beginnings of quite interesting... I mean, it would be great if this scroll window was locked, but quite interesting app. Which I can now just infinitely generate playlists. So we're going to probably stop here for today because, to be honest, I kind of completed a lot more than I thought I would. So I think this is good. So what do we do? So we did an AI music app. We did the create playlist chat. We built a playlist with some vibe. we wrote a prompt, we requested a songs for the prompt, we showed you how to do JSON schemas without using structured outputs. We mapped those songs back to Apple Music. We removed hallucinations because if the songs didn't exist, it would have got caught in the try-catch and they would just be stripped by the filter. And we didn't stream it to the front end because I don't think I can stream it if I need to match it back to Apple Music songs because that would be pointless. Then we started playing on the front end. So, you know, the next thing I would really want to do though is this other feature, which is extend the playlist. And I think extending the playlist would be, it generates a playlist that I like. In fact, you can see here, look, it's made up a bunch of songs, and then you can see that it's removed the song. Again, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen with 4.0. But anyway, I would really want to add a button down here, which is it kind of takes the original user request, I think. It feeds in the context. It feeds in the playlist that was generated from the user request as context. Then it adds more songs to that playlist. The other thing that would be really great is if it also, I could save this to my library because maybe I want to keep some of these playlists because it's kind of sad that when I refresh the page they go. You know what? Let's just quickly while we're here, just for let's do 30. Okay. Expect super wacky. Okay, well, this is funny. Gosh, what else can we do with this now? Okay, let me think. Create me a playlist that would be great to listen to if I was doing an ultra marathon through the Sahara. This is so jokes. Funny how well this works. Wow. Maybe I should make this into a real app. You know what? I think what I'll do is I'll put it on a website and then we'll just continue to improve this on the live streams. If there's anything else that you want me to add or show you how to do in this, yeah, please let me know. I would love to keep building these projects live on stream. And, you know, the project is messy. Everything's just in one kind of giant, massive file. But the point was not to show you how to set up the project. The point was to show you how to quickly create something cool. Because I think this is cool. And also to show you how to use cursor, to show you, you know, how to really build these new AI apps, how to prompt things, how to get good JSON outputs. I think what would be cool next time is if I show you how to do multi-agent filtering, where we can select tools, you know, where we can get